precision, power, Primum. Hello judges, we are Primum Racing. Primum derived from the Latin word for first. Primum represents our team's determination, teamwork, and strive for maximum speed to win the nationals.
Logo, a cohesive blend of our team's colors, mood, and the racing elements of the competition express our team in the right way.
Our vision, a team working together to produce an aerodynamic car, building a brand and shine the competitive yet friendly spirit in the competition. As a team, we value teamwork, creativity, and responsibility every stage of the way. From early sketches to finalized designs, show our efforts to present ourselves neatly and represent our team with pride. Driven by our motto, precision, power, Primum. Showing how careful engineering with attention to detail, effective planning, marketing, and brand of building is brought to this competition through our determination.
Individuals with determination, wit, and cohesiveness to push ourselves to the maximum. As a project manager, I worked with the team to manage and optimize all members to success. I was responsible for all the project management of the key deliverables like the portfolio and cars, offering assistance where necessary, and making sure to effectively use time and resources, as well as designing and evaluating all branding, color schemes, decals, rendering, graphics, and manufacturing and informing all members of our design.
As a lead engineer, we polished a final design justified with research testing and designing and manufacturing the car using Autodesk CAD and advising members on regulation constraints of machining processes, helping engineers to report and help solve problems and car construction.
Enterprise to lead them to a high standard and talk to potential sponsors, making critical relationships, gaining money from sponsorships or firms, and marketing the team through different media. Manages social media accounts and conducts research to generate interest and income through marketing campaigns, events, and more.
Organizes our budget, resources, expenditure needed for project work and car manufacture to hold and keep track of all expenses, calculate and manage all marketing and finance using research and documenting income generated, allocated funds to key project areas such as car, portfolio, team uniforms, etc.
Worked at the designing and manufacturing engineering, helping other designers to reach their maximum potential and assisting in all aspects. Responsible for styling and aerodynamic performance of car designs and informing manufacturer engineers of ideas.
Oversees all justifications and evaluations to make sure it is under the scorecard and includes fully analyzed / structured content. Also generated designs, styling, and ideas for an aerodynamic car.
Using effective team structure softwares like ClickUp and the RACR matrix, responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed, all teams were aware of their role in every type of task. Every objective was SMART, for clear, measurable, relevant, and actually achievable small goals with deadlines to lead up to a final, polished product.
Through an extensive and rigorous process, the team evaluated, reviewed, and experimented with many designs until we could condense our choices. Utilizing the CSI designing method, our iconic color of red, gold, and black was brainstormed and applied in different perspectives and ways until it perfectly encapsulated our vision of a determined and skilled STEM racing team. All of our design rules was organized into a design booklet filled with tables and planning for any situation. Our team identity was the overall style that represents Primum Racing, including our colors, logo, fonts, and the way we present our work. We use this identity across our portfolio, uniforms, social media, and documents to keep everything consistent and recognizable. Using the same colors, layouts, and design choices helped us look organized and professional. We chose to build a strong team identity and use it because it makes our work clearer, strengthens our brand recognizability, and it shows the ambition and confidence we want others to see in our team.
We also use many other methods of planning, from risk matrices for finance and the project, a clear team scope as a first step in planning by providing key information such as the project name, objectives, members, and expected outcomes, helping everyone understand the project and staying aligned from the beginning, and a charter to delve in depth and to ensure reliable results in all aspects of our team.
We began the designing process with research. One of the most important findings from our thrust efficiency research came from Newton's second law, which states that acceleration is equal to force divided by mass. Since the force generated by the CO2 canister is fixed and cannot be increased, the most effective way to improve acceleration is to reduce the mass of the vehicle. Furthermore, our thrust analysis showed that the canister produced significant thrust for only the first few meters of the race before rapidly entering a coasting phase. This highlighted the importance of maximizing acceleration during the initial launch. As a result, we prioritized mass reduction throughout the design process, removing unnecessary material wherever possible while maintaining sufficient structural integrity through FEA validation.
Another key area of research involved Newton's third law and the relationship between wing angle and aerodynamic performance. Through CFD analysis of different angles of attack, we found that increasing the angle improved downforce, but also increased drag. Our analysis identified an optimum angle of approximately 11 degrees, producing the most favorable downforce to drag ratio. As a result, we designed our aerodynamic surfaces to operate as close to this value as possible, while remaining compliant with competition regulations. This allowed us to understand concepts which would later influence our design choices and drafts. Then we began our initial ideas. We sketched out a few prototypes on paper, where we could then evaluate each concept and decide which ones we should explore, which should be explored further, and in the next stage in the design process. We then developed three different design concepts through iterative design. Each separate component was then separately evaluated, and the best components were chosen and combined to form the best performing and most aerodynamic car design.
The different concepts and components we utilize ANSYS CFD, which allowed us to visualize the airflow around our car and give important statistics, helping us to decide the best option. We use Autodesk Fusion 360 to collaboratively design and refine our car through a shared hub, allowing our team members to contribute to the model. Surface modeling tools enabled us to create smooth aerodynamic geometry, while dimension constraints and measuring tools were used to ensure compliance with competition regulations and maintain dimensional accuracy. To manufacture our car, the main body was outsourced to be CNC machined. For the front and rear wing, we utilized a 3D printer for more complex assemblies. This allowed us to develop more complex shapes. Once our car was fully assembled, we tested them for regulations to ensure that there were no unnecessary violations. We also conducted durability tests, ensuring that our car would perform properly during racing.
A finished car is one with a sleek, unique, and clean design with a smooth outer layer. A smooth layer prevents air from sticking on the outside with a silky, streamlined shape. This is our team professionalism and branding. We used the heavily evaluated, tested, and researched manufacturing process of repairing any holes, using epoxy for attachments, sanding, sealing, and diluted paint, spray painting primer, sanding, adding color and decals, and adding a clear matte for protection and final smooth finished surface.
We have one planet, and we may only be 6 people, but everyone has the power to improve the world through sustainability. We focused on environmental, economical, and social sustainability by allocating members to handle these events and communicate with the members, like the graphic designer, marketing manager, and digital media manager. For social sustainability, we donated a portion of all profits towards trustable charities and holding anti-cyberbullying marches within our marketing campaigns and posters.
We practice economic sustainability by prioritizing long-term financial partnerships and valuing long-term savings to short-term savings. We did this by buying bulk, cheap materials, instead of just spending less and finding cheap discounts. We made sure all materials were high quality and durable by repairing, recycling, and repurposing instead of constantly buying new things.
We practice environmental sustainability by meeting with all companies that provided with materials or we outsource with to make sure all materials were made sustainable. By recycling, using FSC, selective cutting, and more. We made sure they prioritize sustainable goals such as the 6 R's to align with our brands and partnerships. We also did lots of environmental campaigns and digital marketing, prioritizing sustainability, using suitable materials with sustainable practices by tracking carbon emissions, following SDGs, or other lessons.
Collaboration was a key aspect of our team journey. From reach out to other teams to scope competition and seek advice to contacting past teams in our school to accept wisdom and further advice. We collaborated with teams outside and within our local area. We asked for advice from the past teams by accepting knowledge and experiences. They guided us through any misconceptions, allowing us to push our boundaries and knowledge. We also contacted other STEM racing teams like the Silver Arrows in Malaysia, who provided us and taught us with ANSYS software, which revolutionized our car manufacturing. We have also collaborated with 3 sponsors, utilizing a sponsorship prospectus and good relations to keep keen relationships with sponsors who clearly know their ROI, our team, our vision, and our goals.
Effective project management allows us to prepare for everything, planning with the purpose, making sure everything we do is on time, effective, and to a high standard. We make sure that we effectively communicate within all team members, utilizing applications like Google Drive, Google Sheets, Nat charts, and also organize communications and physical meetings, making sure everyone has a deep understanding and for a more perfect team.
CSI iterative process, which we blend it in with calculator pros, cons, and concluding every brand move or project change to make sure we don't have any mistakes. As the marketing manager, I had to identify customer needs in promoting products or services to encourage Popel to buy them. Our strategy begins with a strong brand identification to create a clear image, present our vision, and stand out in the competition. We also personalize all digital media and marketing strategies by characterizing our target audience by researching factors like interest, lifestyles, and spending habits. With effective marketing materials, advertisements, posters, websites, and personalized social media, we can communicate key messages to build brand awareness.
We carefully managed all expenditure by making budget tables, monitoring costs, and planning how marketing activities generate revenue, spreading awareness, reaching out to other teams, etc. By blending physics campaigns like beach cleanups, social media, sustainability, and other marketing activities.
STEM racing has changed our lives, improving our practical, academic, bravery, and technical skills. As a DT and English student, managing a team and evaluating all aspects by planning with a purpose allowed me to prepare for all parts of our competition and evaluate information.
Evaluate and see both sides of a situation.
Being engaging and present.
To listen, design, and plan with a message.
Matching research with evaluated designs.
How to engage in communications.